Defense is one of the most neglected things in combat sports, like boxing or mixed martial arts. Boxers like Muhammad Ali, Canelo Alvarez, and Floyd Mayweather were known for their amazing defense. Getting better at defense gives you a massive advantage over your opponents. You need to master defense in order to be a great fighter, so let's cover everything you need to learn about defense for combat sports. The first thing you need to master in order to get good at defense in combat sports is head movement. Head movement is essential for slipping punches and avoiding unnecessary damage. You should practice bobbing and weaving slipping punches to avoid getting knocked out in the ring. You can also get slip bag to help you improve your slipping, and you can also make a slip line to help your head movement overall. You can use your boxing wraps to make it. Just tie your boxing wraps across your room in a straight line and practice head movement drills. You can practice things like rolling and throwing a few combinations. Do it for a few minutes a day and you will see yourself getting better. If you follow these drills, you should be able to surpass most people at your boxing gym, because most people who don't compete don't really do it. It can get fun when you put on some music while doing it. Your goal should be to get faster at the drill each time you do it without making any mistakes. Stay consistent for a few weeks to notice a lot of difference. I have a good head movement mastery video which you can watch if you want to learn everything about head movement in detail. Let's talk about the second thing you can do in order to master defense in combat sports like boxing or mixed martial arts. The second tip to master defense is to learn how to block punches effectively. Blocking punches is very important because most punches cannot be evaded alone with just head movement. Learning how to block punches well can put you ahead of so many people at boxing. Let me explain how to block the most common punches quickly. To block a hook, you need to put your hand sideways, just like how you pick up a phone call, and block it. Make sure you don't drop your hand till your opponent is done punching. To block an uppercut, you need to put your hands close together and crouch down a little. You just need to crouch slightly sometimes. To block a cross, there are too many ways, but the most common one is blocking it with one hand, just by keeping it slightly in front of you. Jabs aren't that painful, so you can block it without much trouble. You can practice doing these while shadowboxing if you want to get better fast. This advice works on average, but if you are in a fight, you will need to adapt to the situation you were put in. That is what defense is about. It is about thinking and reacting well. The fourth tip in order to master defense for combat sports like boxing or mixed martial arts is shadowboxing while focusing on defense. Shadowboxing is the most common way people train in the boxing gym after the heavy bag. The good part about shadowboxing is that it can be done anywhere at any time, so you can gain an advantage over your opponents just by doing it for a few minutes. Most people don't do stuff like slipping for shadowboxing. You don't have to do it all the time, but it can certainly help if you try out different boxing combinations with defensive things. Like the best way is to do it in front of a mirror so you can make sure your form is correct and you are doing it right. If you don't got a mirror around you, just film yourself and check out your form. If you are confident about your form, try getting faster and visualize an opponent in front of you. Visualizing an opponent in front of you can help you to slip it, move around in a certain way, which can then help you when you are sparring or competing. Maybe you might have heard Mike Tyson or some other boxer saying to visualize an opponent in front of you. Let's talk about the fifth tip to master defense in boxing. The fifth tip for defense mastery in boxing is learning how to fall back without making many mistakes. Learning how to fall back is very important, especially when you are competing. To fall back properly, you should make sure you are going back without making any unnecessary mistakes like dropping your guard or running away. Some of the most common ways are using a jab or a quick boxing combination to give yourself an opening so you can back down safely without getting knocked down. You can fall back just like how you go in and out by keeping your guard up. It is simple, but many people just back down slowly and get pushed to the corner while getting beat up. Falling back is alright many times. You don't have to be constantly striking at your opponent. Some of the situations where you should fall back are that you are tired, or the opponent is not giving you a chance to recover for a few seconds. You should also fall back when you don't stand a chance in close combat. Let's talk about the sixth tip in order to master defense for boxing or mixed martial arts. The sixth tip is to use a reflex bag. Reflex bag can help you a lot with improving your reflex and head movement. Reflex bags are not very expensive. Some of them can be expensive, but you can find many under $50. They are a great investment. You might have one at your fighting gym too. Improving your reflexes makes your head movement faster and more precise. Many professional boxers use it, but I have noticed that many boxing gyms don't have it. The faster you react, the better your head movement is going to be. Let's talk about the tip number 7 on how to master defense for combat sports like boxing or mixed martial arts. The tip number 7 on how to master defense is to learn how to keep your mind focused on your opponent while sparring or fighting. The reason behind this is because many people are scared to get beat up, so they start panicking and make a lot of mistakes in their fights. This is built through experience, but I am pretty sure that you can get better at this after 10 sparring sessions. On average, it takes someone from 6 months to a year to get pretty good good at boxing, so there is a good chance you will learn this by time. You can watch sparring sessions of someone new in a fighting gym. Most people get terrified after taking a couple punches, so they either start running away or just give up completely. But if you can focus on your opponent, there is a very good chance that you can find an opening to land a hit. If you are focused, you can predict your opponent's punches and react to them in different ways. If you are sparring or fighting, you should not be focusing on what is going outside the boxing ring. All that matters is focusing on what is inside the ring. Stay calm and focused so you can defend yourself and not make unnecessary mistakes like slipping in the wrong direction. Talk about the tip number 8 on how to master defense for combat sports, like boxing or mixed martial arts. The 8th tip to master defense for combat sports like boxing or mixed martial arts is getting better at footwork. Footwork is by far one of the most important things in boxing. The reason is because everything you do requires footwork, whether it's body movement or blocking punches. Footwork can be beneficial to move in and out, or footwork can help you to move around your opponent so you don't get caught by their punches. Good footwork can also help you to slip punches better. If you have good footwork, it can make up for many things. People with good footwork are very hard to hit because you don't know where they are gonna pop out and strike from. They could close in fast and land a couple of punches and fall back without having much trouble. Footwork can be mastered quickly through ladder drills and shadowboxing. Just focus on pivoting and moving left and right when you are a beginner. And once you get better, you can start practicing falling back, fast charging in, or moving in and out. Let's talk about the 9th tip on how to master defense for combat sports like boxing or mixed martial arts. The 9th tip on how to master defense for combat sports is to get better at reflexes and reaction time. Your reaction time is also one of the most important things for defense, because defense is pretty much reacting at the right time and doing the right thing, like slipping or blocking punches. Your reaction time can be improved through sparring or reflex bag or partner drills or mitt work. In my opinion, mitt work is probably the best thing you can do for your reflexes, because someone is constantly moving the mitts and you are using different combinations like jab and slipping with an uppercut. It also pushes you to react faster, so it helps your defense a lot. It is also beginner friendly if you don't prefer sparring. If you have a friend that can hold them for you, you can train for a few minutes every day and you will get far better than most people. The good thing about it is that you get no brain damage. Your goal should be to get faster each time and use the right boxing combinations. In my opinion, it is the most fun thing about boxing. You can get bored of sparring after a while, but mitt work has always been fun for me. Let's talk about the 10th tip on how to master defense for combat sports like boxing or mixed martial arts. The 10th tip to master defense is keeping your guard up and not getting nervous. When you are nervous, you will make a lot of mistakes. It is very common for someone to get nervous and make many mistakes, like getting pushed to the corner of the ring by someone or just losing balance. Let's talk about keeping your guard up. Every new beginner should start boxing by keeping their guard up, because it builds a habit of keeping your guard up when an opponent is punching at you. Yeah, it is true that once you get better at boxing, you won't need to keep your guard up all the time, because you will be experienced enough to know what to do. If you keep your guard up, it will help you in the future when you are sparring or competing. I am pretty sure that if you were a new boxer, your coach probably kept telling you to keep your guard up. You can find out your ideal boxing stance when you keep getting more advanced. You will most likely start out with the basic boxing stance, but you should start experimenting sometimes with different stuff. Who knows that you can be a master at Philly shell or something like that. It is just a process which takes time. If you follow these tips, I am sure you will see a lot of improvements, because I have been boxing for many years and these were the things that genuinely helped me out, so it should work for you. An extra tip can be to watch and analyze your opponents or analyze professional boxers. Your mind starts to pick up things it sees. For example, I used to lack head movement and I saw a video of myself sparring in my backyard with one of my friends. I had bad slipping, so I started to work on it for 10 to 15 minutes a day every day for 1 or 2 weeks, and I saw myself getting better. I did a lot of shadowboxing to get my form and speed right, and it worked. Watch fights and find the mistakes you make. Once you find them, you can use one of these tips and work on it. At last, experience is the key to any sport. If someone has been boxing for many years, there is a valid reason why he might be better than you, so you should not compare yourself to people who have been boxing for years. Move at your own rate and keep training. If you gain like 1 year of experience, you might even surpass people who have been boxing for like 2 years. Learning and using different techniques is the key.